Okay.
9, 10, 10 past 9.
Yes, yes.
That's great. It's a good effort. If you can take this effort going
Yes, sir.
forward.
And Mr. Sir, we are doing this from last 3 years.
That's great. No, it's a
Yes,
good
sir.
way to connect people and good way to have an interaction from the different people in different parts of the world. And nowadays, word is very small. Word is not a big now. So be it in India, be it in the UK, be it in the USA, everybody is connected together because of this technology. We never imagined this will happen.
Yes, sir.
Earlier, when we were in college life, a telephone was
Yes, sir.
difficult. If you get a telephone, that was a great thing.
Yes, sir. In that time,
Also,
only letter post. If we need
yes,
to any conversation, then we need to send a
if
letter.
somebody going out from house, somebody will inquire after minimum 7-8 days. When you get if he doesn't get any letter after 7-8 days, then only the people get anxious and they will just get worried that what happened, why we didn't get the letters. But nowadays, every moment, where are you? Every moment you are getting watched and you are getting traced that where you are at the moment.
Right.
That is the technology has changed.
Now, mobile is very useful, sir. And sometimes it's harmful also.
No,
But
mobile is life. We cannot. Mobile is a part of life now. We cannot live without
yes,
mobile.
right, sir.
But everything is linked with the mobile. Your all accounts are linked with the mobile. Your all identities with mobile is identity for you. So you can't
Yes,
you
sir.
can't live without a mobile at all. India also is more useful in India. You got all the Paytm and all payments. Every whole bank is there with you. Within a second, you just make a payment to the Paytm and Google
Yes,
Pay and
sir.
whatever.
Now we seen that pan wala, chai wala, every person, every small vendors,
Never
thela
imagine
wala
sabji wala and all.
using.
You don't need
Yes,
cash
sir.
to carry anywhere.
Yes,
If
sir.
you got Paytm in your mobile, you can pay it anywhere, anytime. That is the beauty. The best digital thing is India.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Good
evening,
evening.
Pankaj and
Good
everyone.
evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening.
So I'm sorry I'm a bit late. थोड़ा हो गया घर आते आते ही लेट हो गया.
Yes, sir.
So
Sir, I
आप
am
लोग
doing
कैसे हैं?
the. Oh, sir, fine, sir. I am doing the dinner. I am doing.
Oh,
Yeah, sir. Khichdi, chokha
All
and
doing
papad.
dinner.
Khichdi, chokha and papad.
अच्छा.
So how are you, Chaturanand ji?
Saturday
Yeah,
on the
I'm
Saturday.
fine.
So you are in Calcutta, isn't it?
Yes, I'm in Kolkata.
Okay, enjoying the Calcutta weather. Mamta ji, how is the life in Calcutta with Mamta?
Yeah. No, you see, she is a populist leader, you see. So what she does is that she does things for very poor people. She does good things, but she doesn't do big things. That is what my thinking is. Manoj, good evening. Sorry, good morning.
good evening. Good morning, sir.
Good
Yes,
evening, sir. India के लिए good evening, sir.
हाँ नहीं अमरनाथ जी के लिए कह रहे हैं.
अच्छा.
अमरनाथ
yes,
जी
sir.
आपका म्यूट पे हैं.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good morning to. Oh, sorry. Good night to
Good
all
morning,
of you.
sir.
Yes.
We are confused. Yeah. Mallikji, I called you last night, but I was up like until 3 o'clock last night. So
Oh
I
no,
just woke up. Actually.
yesterday I came very late in the night. Actually, I had been out actually. So
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah. So I texted you and I said, let me see if you are maybe you will be at home. So I said, let me give it a try because we hardly get time to talk here in this meeting. But we didn't get connected anyway. So
yeah.
I I slept very late, like 3 o'clock this time. And so I was not expecting myself to wake up this time, but luckily, since I wanted to see you all, I woke up. So that's good news. I'm
Very
here
good.
with you all. Okay.
Thanks a lot. Good. Uh, so, what is the news of USA?
Well, you know, the two old men are fighting here pretty much.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
for
When
all,
you said old men, no, in the whole, all the TV channels of India, not all,
yeah,
some of them, they are just telling how Biden is mispronouncing and telling wrong names and all that.
I mean, what do you expect? You cannot, when he is almost what, 80 plus, I guess, right? They are only 2 years apart from each other.
81, yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
so he's 81 and the other one is 79. So basically, uh, American public in general equally dislike both of them. But but uh, but Re- Republicans, I mean, you know, basically they're just like in India. Here is the same thing, that you have some diehard bhaktas of Congress and BJP in India. Same thing here. 30% of the population here is that population who are dedicated to, you know, doesn't matter whether if you put a cat there for the president's, you know, nomination, they will vote for that cat or dog. So that is a 30%. We have same thing in India too, right? More or less. And and
Yeah,
then
Amarnath
other
ji, India are better.
you okay. So what percentage of bhaktas we have in India who blindly vote for Congress or BJP?
No, there are quite big chunk of people who are, in spite of being all this shortcoming of Congress, they still go for Congress. That is irony for the India.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, so that is one category of the voters. Another category of the voters is swing voters. You know, people like me. You know, who are we are. I am not a bhakta of any party. Same thing I say in India here. You know, um, what is your policies, and based on that, at the last moment in the booth, I'll go and decide what I want to do. I'm not sure whom I'm going to vote until last moment. So there are, you know, in India also, I used to hear that there are some people like that, that they don't know until the last moment, and then their brain does the final calculation, and here you go.
No,
So
India is that's not only one factor. There are a lot of factors are there.
exactly, yeah. So
So
like
many
that, there are
people,
100
some
factors.
of the people, they don't think at all. They just think about the caste
Yeah,
line or the some
like
community
like
line. That is one of the shortcoming.
like
Basically,
yeah, I mean, like for example, recently I was watching a show of Prashant Kishore because he is doing good job in Bihar educating people. He was saying that in Bihar, Muslims are voting to RJD. Majority of Muslims are voting to RJD,
to
not
defeat
because
Congress,
they
to defeat BJP.
BJP. Yeah. Similarly, majority of the Hindus are voting for BJP because we don't want RJD, Lalu Prasad.
No, but question is the Hindu is still divided. But
No. I'm saying that voting patterns are different. Voting patterns, there are many factors, like you said, that many way people vote. They have different region. Every society has the same problem. There is no society. I was here since it is election time. There is a C-SPAN a channel. You guys can also see on the C-SPAN all the older debates of the presidential candidate. You can watch online. You know, like the most famous televised debate was between Reagan and John F. Kennedy in 1960. That was the first time it was televised. You know, and of course, John F. Kennedy became the president, and then after that, there are Reagan, one of the last Reagan's debate I saw live here in America. I was here in '83, and you can watch. And I was seeing the pattern. The same issues goes on. Economy, is the number one factor. How we can improve the economy, how we can create the job, and then all these immigration issues. I mean, same thing has been going on for last 40 plus years. Same thing in India. I mean, it's more or less because we all want to develop, and there is no barometer where it tells that we are developed now. Everybody wants more and more, right? We all want more and more. So that fight goes on, and whoever can deliver better, we do it. I mean, we vote for that. So that's exactly. So election cycle is in hot gear. Another interesting part, which probably not everybody know about, is that uh, I mean, we have only two party here: Democratic Party and the
Republican.
Republican Party. So in the Democratic Party, we have the vice president is Kamala Harris, half Indian, right? Her father was from Dominican Republic or someplace, but mother was from India. So she is the VP already. So people say that she's praying every day that Biden can die so that she can get the presidential slot. Okay. Now on the other side, the Trump is right now he is going through nomination process in his party, Republican Party. That election, internal party election, is going on. Here, the presidential election is not just a 1 month or 2 month event. It is a 1 year event. So it started in January, and right now, state by state, both parties are selecting their candidates. So of course, for the Biden, it's very easy ride. He doesn't have competition, so automatically he's getting every state by state. So his nomination is happening. But
But
Republican
Trump also has
Party,
won in most of the states. Trump has already won for these candidates, isn't it?
well, that's what I'm coming to. So Republican is going through the process, and then their electoral system is such that they give first opportunity to few smaller states for different regions, and Trump has been winning there. But the problem is, so if it goes on, Trump will become the candidate. But what is the problem is Trump is facing a lot of legal issues right now. There are
Yes.
there are several muqadmas against him in the different courts, and even if a single one, if he gets, if the court decides that it was a criminal act, in any of those, there are bunch of muqadma, different types of muqadma against him. Tax evasion is one. In the federal building that he started on January 6th. He encouraged everybody to go and destroy the building and all that federal building like parliament. So like that, there are so many cases. So for that reason, another half Indian, she is actually full Indian, Nikki Haley. She used to be the governor of South Carolina. So she is fighting, although she is losing right now nomination, but she is hoping that Trump will be uh, uh,
Disqualified.
yeah, disqualified by the court, and so that's why Trump is pushing her. Why you are fighting? You are already losing. Get out of the race. Let me just go through all these states single-handedly. But but the Republican Party establishment want a backup in case Trump is if he is found guilty and then there is a charges against him, if he has to go to jail or get disqualified, then at least we have backup. So that is what is the political system right now going on here.
So today, Amarnathji, there is a news in Indian newspaper that the fight for the presidential election will be between Kamala Harris and Nikki Haley.
Well, if it is not going to happen that now, definitely it is going to in the next election. Because you can do the different permutation and combination. Because say for example, from now you still have 1 year, and he is at his ripe age. Biden can have a natural death anytime, and as soon as that happens, she becomes by default the president now, and then before the election, if it happens, she becomes by default the presidential candidate in November. Okay, so that is what is the story on this side. I already explained what is on the Republican side. So Nikki Haley is counting. Uh, Nikki Haley is actually very moderate. She has a charisma like Bajpayee, you can call it. She is well liked by her party people from different range of voters, and that's why the party establishment, just like Congress party has establishment, they don't like Rajiv Gandhi family, but still they manage to behind the scene all these coterie. Same thing, the Republican parties, their party is kind of making sure that Nikki Haley keeps fighting and progress through all these chores of election process, internal party election process, and she is ready in case something happens. But in any case, whoever is this time, but this is cast. I mean, we know that for the next election, Kamala Harris is not going to sit home, and neither Nikki Haley. Both are, I think, moderately young, so they still have quite a few long years to go in politics. So definitely, next election, not like India. You guys talk of 29. We can start talking about 28 here. So
But do
But
Native
Biden is too old.
Americans?
say that
Biden
again.
is too old, and I think what Obama is the backup. He's actually Obama is basically governing on behalf and from the shadow from the back door. That's what I heard it.
Well, I mean, backdoor. Everybody can do whatever you want to do, but Obama cannot be a presidential candidate again because there is a term limit in this country.
No, but
So
people say that he's a pseudo president. Basically, actually, Biden is a president, but he's acting on behalf of
oh
Obama.
no. In this country, once you leave the chair, your clout is gone. Especially president is the boss. So why would he listen to him? I mean, do you know he has been senator for almost 40 years? I think probably he has been a very long time. So I mean, he is he's on his own. He was well established for a very long time. He doesn't need only he's of course he's courting always because they need black vote, just like the Congress party is courting Muslims to get their 18% vote. Same thing, they are about 15 to 18% here, the black community, and so you cannot ignore the black voters uh, to win the general election. And but no president, he gives you wrong that thing. Whoever is the president is the boss. No, they are all very highly you know to a certain extent popular, very efficient, very qualified candidates. They will not be rubber stamp like you have in India, like Manmohan Singh was. Those things. So he is making his own decision, and actually that will be very illegal if it is proven that unlike India, that it was very clear, but nothing we could do here in this country. If the unauthorized person influence politics, you can be sent to jail for that. For example, I give you a few examples. That lobbying in India is not controlled. Lobbying means like talking to ministers on behalf of the different companies or organizations and influencing MLA, MP, and all that, get done. There are middlemen in Delhi and Patna who get paid by the companies to do their lobbying, but there is no rules and regulation in India. But here it is very established structure for that. The company has to be well registered, and everything they have to file just like quarterly what you do in the business community. So their activities, if there is anything illegal they do, similarly, nobody, if they try to influence, first is that press is there, very independent press, somebody will figure it out, and then either party, even president can be discharged, or the other person can be punished. So I mean, you can see right now how many lawsuits Trump is facing right now. Can you believe if that, he has more than 20 lawsuits going against him. And that's why people are saying that this guy, even if he becomes president, still all these lawsuits will go on. And so this guy will spend a lot more time in court than in the presidential Oval Office. So why we want this guy as a president? That is one of the arguments. And also I wanted to give you another example that I was talking about John F. Kennedy. So when John F. Kennedy became the president, he was also from a very influential family. And he appointed his younger brother, Bobby Kennedy was his name. I'm forgetting his name. So
Robert.
Robert, Bob Kennedy, Bobby Kennedy. He became the home minister. That's like number 2 position in the cabinet. I mean, there are few secretaries, just like we have minister. Here are 8 or 9 ministers. Nobody knows anybody else other than the this one. And people know about the foreign secretary, defense secretary, and the home secretary, and that's what his brother was. They call it attorney general here, home secretary. So after that, when he appointed his brother as attorney general, there was a big hue and cry in the parliament. And then after that, the rule was changed, because when the government changed here, when the new president takes oath, that time there is like 30,000 new jobs which president appoints to different positions all over the country. So this country is not run by IAS officers. There is no IAS type of organization. So country can be run without IAS. Don't I mean India will be much better off if we don't have the IAS and IPS lobbies working as they are. So rule were changed that you cannot nominate or make your family members, immediate relatives, to high offices. You cannot do that one. So that is the 1960 election result, and after that, you cannot appoint it. It has to be so. Yes, they can be like ratified ministers. Like for example, there are many jobs where the Congress, Senate, and both they confirm it. So yes, his brother could have come through the confirmation process. Like for example, Federal Reserve Board. That is a very top position, right? That is fine. You can compete there. I mean, but you cannot be simply nominated just because your brother or your sister is at the. So same thing with Obama. I mean, Obama could not do it to his wife. I mean, although she is also potential future presidential candidate. Similarly, Hillary Clinton. Clinton could not appoint his wife to a very to the top cabinet positions himself. He couldn't do that one. So yes, there is check and balance here.
But she was in the Obama's ministry, I think.
Yes, she was in the Obama ministry, but not in her husband's ministry.
Yes.
So that is what I'm saying. That because she was the number 1. Actually, if you recall that election, she was supposed to be the nominee. But then, all of a sudden, Obama came on the scene. He was a young senator. Only he has been in Senate for 3 years. But because the black and international vote, like brown, we call it here, black and brown, everybody, Indian, Chinese, Hispanic, they all united to vote for him. And so pretty much she saw the handwriting on the wall that she is not going to get the nomination, and that's what exactly happened. So she didn't get the nomination. Obama got it, but everybody knew that she is very powerful, so she was appointed foreign secretary of state. Oh, there is one more thing. Yeah. Yeah, Dhaneshwarji, how about little introduction? I think I am seeing you at least for the first time. I don't know what other people.
I mean, last time we were there, when I
Oh,
joined
you were
last month.
there? Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good.
Actually, I am. If you want a reintroduction, I am Dhaneshwar Jha. I am basically from the Bihar district Motihari,
Oh, yeah.
East Champaran.
Oh, okay.
And
Now I remember it. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Now I remember it. Yeah. I
so
remembered it that. Yes. Okay.
currently, I am in United Kingdom working with Siemens Energy Limited with a renewable.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Great.
um,
Okay. Very nice. So, what other thing I wanted to mention is Pankaj brought in the morning session. Surendraji actually brought this question that he heard on the news that Indian students are being targeted and killed in United States. Okay,
yes,
so uh, that was
I
I
think one techie, very recent, a couple of days back, I think one guy was manslaughtered, and ultimately he died in the hospital.
okay. So I just want to clarify that like for example that there was one case of the Purdue University student, and somebody confirmed that it was a suicide case. It was not killed, but in general, I just wanted to bring this one because this impression is being created in India that things are not safe for Indians in America, which is completely wrong. I don't know how the press is trying to create this kind of environment. Um, eh, I call it the media terrorism. This is nothing but a media terrorism activity where uh, I don't know who is behind it, but basically these are things very common, just like murders are very common in India. Same thing here also. Only difference is that in India, murders don't get investigated, but here every murder gets properly investigated as as per the post-mortem and quality rules. But still, there are more guns than people because in this country, everybody has a right to buy as many guns as you want. Kill, what is that? What you call Kalashnikov or whatever. I don't have it, but if I want to buy it, I can go and buy it from the store as long as I have a driver license.
You don't need a license for that, gun license.
No, you need the driver license for sure, but you don't need any other big thing. All you need is that you should not have any criminal record. Okay, if you are a common citizen and you have a driver license, means you are a nice guy, then you have right to wear weapon for your own protection. That is the rule here in this country. So for that, like the point I was trying to make is there are more guns. I mean, it's very common. Everybody who go to work here, they almost half of the people who go to work, they have the gun in their car. You will be surprised. So that's how everybody has gun here. Even
How much a gun cost there? It's a small pistol sort of thing.
all kind of guns are available. It depends. Just like car, you have different prices, and then there are training centers. You can go to for the training. Suppose I am thinking of going in my leisure sometime to see if I can practice. I had done NCC, so I had done the firing when I was in NCC in my high school days. After that, I haven't touched a gun, but now I'm thinking that's not a bad idea too. And then, and another thing is that there is a gun association, gun owners association. I think it's called IRA, Indian Rifle Association. That is the strongest lobby in America. That organization, it's so powerful. It is the, you can call it that, just like the RSS is the backbone of BJP, you can call it that in what did I say? The Rifle Association, IRA. What is the first word? I am forgetting. IRA. There is something for the I am. You guys can search. Pankaj, can you please search full name of IRA? Everybody give it the short name.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
IRA here is RSS of BJP or RSS of India. No, so you can imagine. So they are very strong lobby, and so many times, like the Congress party is here, the Democratic Party, and BJP is like a Republican Party,
Republic.
more conservative, right? So the left groups are also here. They're trying to bring the gun laws to control all the guns and blah blah blah. But this Rifle Association thing, IRA, is so powerful that they have so many. I mean, there are what 300. How many? 370 million population. 37 crores is the population of this country, and probably there are like 5 or 10 million people you can check on their website are the members. So it's very strong lobby, and so everybody can carry gun. So it has advantage and disadvantage. What is the advantage? Advantage, I come to that in Bihar and UP you have all the jhagda is for the land. जबरदस्ती कोई आएगा, दिस इज द रूल. जमीन आपका है, अभी वो जमीन जो है उसकी कीमत हो गई है 15-20 लाख रुपए कट्ठा. बहुत ही पावरफुल जमीन है. अब आपका जमीन है, आप अपना भैयारी में आप फाइट कर रहे हैं, फैसला नहीं हो रहा है कौन वहां पर मकान बनाएगा. ये आप इसमें फंसे हुए हैं. और एक क्रिमिनल गैंग आएगा, वो एक हायर कर लेगा एक किसी लो कास्ट के किसी आदमी को जिसके पास घर वर नहीं है. ओके, वो आकर के आपके जमीन पर दे विल पुट ए झोपड़ी ऑन योर लैंड. ओके, उसके बाद जाकर के जब आपको झोपड़ी वहां पर खड़ा कर देगा, देन यू कैन नॉट इविक्ट हिम, क्योंकि कई कारण से उसको आप डायरेक्टली आप जाइएगा, वो उसके पास तो क्रिमिनल है, आपके पास क्या है, आपके पास गन भी नहीं है, तो आप कुछ कर नहीं सकते हैं. आप पुलिस के पास जाइए, यू रिपोर्ट द इंसिडेंट टू द पुलिस स्टेशन एंड और व्हाट एवर इन द कोर्ट, एंड उसके बाद वो मामला चलेगा आपको 30-40 साल. जब तक आप जिंदा रहेंगे तब तक वो आराम से उसमें दैट क्रिमिनल इज नाउ that becomes his place, unless you are you have a gunda connection who can evict it, or you have political connection who can evict it. So now you become a victim, and here I am the victim. Mallik ji is victim. One of my other friend who was the who also lives in Calcutta, he was the deputy general manager of Heavy Engineering Corporation. We all three are very close friends from my village. We grew up together. And you can see, I'm giving you 3 examples from the same village. 3 highly educated people have faced the same type of case. हम तीनों का बाप पुरखे का लैंड जो है, क्रिमिनल सब आकर के सीधे चढ़ गया, and we are not able to do anything. We are just fighting the court as if वो लोग आराम से गांव में घूम रहा है, the criminals. So but if देखिए अब यहीं पर ही बता रहा था, if you have the power like this country, that you can use your weapon for protecting your rights, protecting your life, protecting your property, then he and I could have gone and shot down those criminals who are now occupying our land, and instead of going to the court. That is exactly happens here. So you will not hear any court case of the Jameen litigation in this country. You will hear the criminal war for other things, but in this country there is a zero litigation for the Jameen, which is the most common litigation in India. ये आप लोगों को सोचने की बात है. So तो इसका तो अच्छा, लेकिन इसका disadvantage इसका यही है कि sometimes people become mad and they use guns for wrong reasons, right? घर में भी वायलेंस हो जाता है sometimes, डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस में भी हो जाता है, स्कूल का वायलेंस, you guys have seen many cases here and there. So there are plus and minuses, but overall I think owning gun and allowing people to own their gun has really served the American society very well.
Sir, here so Iris IRA, Irish Republican Army something.
No, that is another one. There is a
Okay.
that is a gun lobby, just gun association. Two words I remember. I think maybe I'm Indian Rifle Association, or what is that? Rifle Association. I
Maybe
armed rifle.
international rifle association could be.
I'm not sure. I'm just right now my brain. I cannot uh, think of it. I was a member for a while, but in this country you can. So I was a member for a couple of years. I was paying them $2 a year, and then they were asking me to kind of go and get the first thing they wanted me to get some training so that I can buy the guns. So see, so
So
this is.
Amarnathji,
Hmm.
yeah.
Go
So
ahead.
now, since we will spend some time with Dhaneshwarji on the, I wanted to tell him, Dhaneshwarji, I think you are also involved in the solar power, isn't it?
Not exactly solar power, but the principle is same. Basically, the any power, this renewable connection, power connection is how it is connected to the grid. That is the basic thing.
Hmm.
Like
So
when it is generated to the,
you are in the wind power, isn't it?
I am a bit power, yes.
Actually, Malik ji, I was watching two
Yes.
days back on both of you, 2 3 days back, a very nuclear news coming from UK, and BBC was saying that I just saw a little clip of that one on the BBC news that uh, some place in UK, I don't know which one, they have come up with a new fusion or fusion process where they don't need a huge reactor like what traditionally we need. And so the point they were making that these nuclear reactors could easily produce electricity at lower cost and a lower number of units. Only thing was that they were saying that still it is in the research and
Yes.
development phase.
It's
So
not at
can you
commercial. Just it is a R&D stage only because
Okay, so hey, here you go. So this would be the topic. I'm glad that you switched the gear, Bhavanji. So let's talk about this. So can you throw some light on that, or if
no
you
fusion. Basically, the general
which
nuclear,
which
general
company is
nuclear.
this? First, tell us about the company, if you know which company is doing this research, and kind of give us a little bit more detail about the research. What has happened?
That will be done through university at the moment. It is not the because company will be sponsoring it, but not generally. It is done through the university lab. So this sort of technology. Once the technology proven, then a company will sponsor it and it will try to produce it on the commercial scale, and it will go for the mass production for the go to the field. So
But
that's the way it works.
is feasibility already done? I mean, they were
No,
showing the reactor.
this is
That
this is not a new topic. It is already India also doing similar experiments in there.
okay,
Fusion see, normal nuclear power is based on the fission technology.
okay,
So what we do it with when we break the big molecules in
mhm,
a smaller one, big energy is generated.
right.
So that is a controlled. If you do a controlled fission, if it is not a controlled fission, it becomes a nuclear power basically. It's a new atom bomb. It becomes.
Exactly.
But if you
Mhm.
have a controlled fission, it will generate a huge amount of energy, and that energy comes in the form of thermal energy basically.
Mhm.
So it produces the steam, and from the steam, power is generated.
Okay.
The similar, the
So no,
normal, no,
no. I mean, other part is fine. Let's focus on, since we all are scientists here. We already know that one. Let's just focus about the technology. What is this technology? What is it different?
this technology
What
is
is it
basic fission.
different? No, my
Fission.
question is that what is it different from the already established technology? Where
Yeah,
is the
I'm coming
delta?
coming to that. Coming to that. This is called fusion technology. Say that when we fused smaller molecules into a bigger molecule, that is basically reverse of the fission. So in fission we are breaking the molecule, and in this case we are fusing the together two atoms together. Like if hydrogen and helium is fused together, it generates a very high amount of energy. in that process. But the process of fusion itself is a very it happens at a very high temperature basically.
Mhm.
To generating that high temperature necessary to start a fusion process, that things are not still established. So that is the reason it is not yet uh, because you have to create that environment of fusion that not basically established to that extent for the what is called if you the amount of energy will generate, and if you have to put more energy for getting fusion to be done, that not be a feasible solution anyway. So those things are still under study, that how we can make it viable commercially. So that is still in the under commercial base, experimental basis.
So,
Thank you, Bharat.
Dhaneshwarji, let me add to what you have said already. Yeah, it is true that this fusion technology is like, say, the process in the universe is basically is not a fusion technology. The sun produces energy by
Yes,
fusion,
exactly,
not by fusion.
exactly. Sun,
Yeah.
sun we got
So
constantly got
basically,
helium fusion is getting place there.
Okay,
yes.
guys, one at a
So
time.
basically, what is happening in the sun is what we want to create on the earth.
Exactly.
So that is done in play. So you need to have a plasma where the temperature is taken to such huge temperature
Yes.
in millions of degrees centigrade. By the way, it is of that order, so that the two nuclei can fuse,
Yeah.
as it happens in the sun. Now, what has happened is that in France there is an international project going on, of which India is also a part. And in India also we have, in Ahmedabad we have IPR, which is doing SST, which is superconducting tokamaks. But the France is doing in a very big way, of which India is a part. So they have established that the energy can be produced. But the problem is we need to produce more energy. See, the balance has to be, you need to have net outgo of energy we should produce.
Exactly. Exactly. That's
So
what my
energy
intent
you are
was.
giving, yeah, that is what you said. So I'm just expanding that.
Mm.
So that, has been done in very small reactors, but not in very big reactors, not in a big scale. That it is possible to do. In fact, you'll be surprised. It seems Elon Musk has already said that there is a company in USA which will do this from 2028. He will buy the electric powered produced by these kind of tokamaks.
Oh,
Already
once it
he
becomes
has promised
viable,
them.
once it becomes
Yeah.
so it is
It is supposed to become viable. It is supposed to become
no, that's
viable.
what I'm saying. So it will be, but
So
major challenge at the moment is that create that high temperature environment.
yeah,
But once it is
and
established and
China
once the
and yes, China and Japan. China has in fact recently, I don't know because nobody is able to verify that, they produce the highest temperature in a tokamak, and
they will come.
there are
Nobody.
many. Yeah, yeah, in Japan also they claim they produce the highest. So now it needs to be all verified. But looks like that in next 10 years or 15 years we will have a working tokamak.
Maybe
So that
yes.
will, yes,
There is
even
constant
India is,
progress in this direction.
yeah. In India, it is
Every day,
done at
every day.
IPR, Institute of Plasma Research.
Mhm.
It is being done. So there are many challenges are there. I mean that we can discuss some other day. But but it appears now people are hopeful that it might turn out to be okay. Even I am also member of one of the projects in India which is looking into it. But no, I am not actively involved. It is just by WhatsApp that I am a member of it. But we are constantly trying to understand the how it can be done in India.
Sir, what is the
So
concept of tomek? What is the concept of tomek? As you mentioned the tomek many times.
no, tokamak means there what you do is that there is a magnetic field is there. In that magnetic field, the plasma is confined. See, to create temperature, high temperature, you need to have a plasma which is confined. Basically, it is this technology. So the magnetic field is done in such a way. Now, what happens as the temperature increases, the plasma gets lost. So you have to
Yes.
have a system so that the plasma is contained and that plasma can reach the temperatures of the orders of million degrees centigrade. So that is the concept. So, so
Okay.
basically, so you need to have materials and you if you put in Google tokamak Tokamak, you'll
Mm.
find it. Tokamak is a generic name. You'll find that all kinds of developments which are taking place in the world. So many countries are involved in it, and one hopes that in next 10, 15 years it will be a feasible thing. So let us hope so.
Okay.
So basically,
So, but Dhaneshwarji, what I was saying this time in the budget, Indian budget, there is a huge amount of money which has been allocated for doing renewable energy, which includes solar
Yes.
and wind. So why don't
That is the
you
future.
why don't you try to contribute a little bit in this direction here?
Yes, the solar is basically solar is produced by the solar cells with a semiconductor device basically, and
Yeah.
because of the when the light ray falls on that semiconductor device solar cells, it produces the plus and minus just electricity DC power, and that DC power
No,
is
so what I'm
basically
saying that Siemens is doing this, no?
Siemens is doing in
Siemens
different
is
part of the
also there
world,
in
not in UK.
not in UK. Okay. Oh, I see that. I see that.
Because Siemens
But
UK is not having a much of the sun available all the year,
right,
and
that is
even
true. That I now I got it. Now I got it. Yeah. Okay.
but it has got plenty of winds in the all over the UK, and all the time because wind is blowing. So wind is the more prominent source of the power for renewables in the UK. That is why they are developing even all across the Europe. They are doing it. So and that
What
is
about wind power using you wind power in the district of Motihari or Madhubani or Darbhanga?
yeah, you can use it, but only thing is that the certainty of wind is not there. Sometimes you get a wind, sometimes you don't get wind at all.
Yeah. So whenever
So
you get, you just
basically,
produce electricity with that.
yes, we can do
It's
it. We
very
can have a isolated wind
cost
power.
effective, no?
I
So
think
what is the
Most of
cost
the
of
now,
what is the cost of electricity produced by wind power per megawatt or per kilowatt?
nowadays it is not that different because earlier it used to be very high, but nowadays it is quite comparable to the energy we are getting from the fossil fuels. It's not that difference.
Oh, is it?
so.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Dhaneshwarji, what about ocean? I thought that ocean has the biggest wind
No,
compared to
ocean.
the ground.
That's what I'm
So,
doing. We are doing the offshore wind power. That means we are putting the wind mills in the inside the sea, 50, 60, 100 kilometers inside the sea,
mhm.
because we got all the time wind available there, and
Exactly.
from and
So
from
we have Indian Ocean, big Indian Ocean, and it's deep sea ocean. I think there is plenty of opportunity, right? If
no
we
potential
want.
is quite high in the Indian Ocean and Arabian Sea, across the almost three-quarter of the Indian coast. But only thing is that they are not initially it is a capital cost is quite high for the putting the wind power in the inside the sea. And the easy thing is they got the plenty of sun in the, so more focus is currently on the sun power in India, sun renewables, rather than on wind power.
So Malik ji, just for
Hmm.
joke,
Sorry.
Bengali Masai have to start eating a lot of fish from Indian Ocean. I was reading an article that since most of the Indians are vegetarian, we are not harnessing the fishing as as we should, and Chinese and Japanese and people are harvesting fish in Indian Ocean. and we are not able to do anything about it. So, where are the Bengali Masai? They don't need any more.
Bengali people, they like to eat, not to harvest it, you know. You'll be surprised. There's some 15, 20 days back, no, I went to buy fish. So there were two kinds of rohu was there, you know. So one was costly and one was less costly. I said, why this one is less costly? He said, this is coming from Hyderabad. So it is cheaper actually. They produce, you know, they called it hybrid and all those kind of things. So this is cheaper, and the one which comes from the ponds of Bengal, it is costlier. So Bengal, the consumption rate is so high that they have to bring fish from Bihar. They bring fish from Hyderabad. Someone told me that the fish is also coming from Kerala to this place. So see, so far it is.
Yeah, it's quite possible. Last night, I was we had gone to Indian restaurant, and one of the server
Yeah.
there was a Bangladeshi woman. So she
Okay.
taught me few words of Bengali, like bhalo ache. I was asking her a few things, and I mentioned about you and Siri, and then we discussed about the famous march, the rehu. She was telling me where are the places where we can get the rehu, because my wife asked her that which are the places, and she gave bunch of names locally in this area in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. We are on the border of the two states, that where we can go and buy the rehu machli. And then of course your famous machli of the Bengal. What is that match which you guys eat there? Bengali are crazy about that match. Hilsa or whatever it's called. What is that?
Yeah.
Huh?
It is called, you know, here in Kolkata, we call it Ilis diplomacy. What happens is that good quality Ilis comes from Bangladesh. So whenever Bangladesh is angry with Mamta Banerjee, they stop sending Ilis. So immediately, you know, Mamta Banerjee becomes, you know, kind of, you know, becomes very nice to that Bangladesh president. Then Ilis
Yeah.
comes. So
Yeah.
she plays a Ilis diplomacy. We call it Ilis diplomacy.
Is Mamta Banerjee eating fish or not? She's vegetarian.
Oh, no. She eats fish. She cooks by herself.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
now
Okay,
there is
guys.
a
Okay, guys. I
election.
think it's time to. I will have to leave it. So we might
Yeah. I
join it
think
later.
we
Yeah.
had a very good discussion.
We all, I
Yes, sir.
think.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir. Now
guys,
it's a
keep coming.
10:05.
I mean, it's a good time to see each other face and kind of enjoy conversation on different topics. So especially,
Yes.
you know, thank you for everybody. And I think we need
Yes, sir.
to get some more people in to join this club. Pankaj is trying,
Yes,
but
sir.
Pankaj, you have to multiply.
Yes, sir.
This same Oka, same Maliki, same Dhaneswar is not going to go too far. How much we can talk?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. Thank you very much,
Okay.
everybody.
Okay, then wish you all the
Okay.
best.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Good day
Bye,
and
bye.
good day.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Good. Bye, bye, sir. Bye, bye, sir.
Bye, bye.